the propaganda, so to speak, for people to try to, that COVID's a big deal and you really don't want to get it, has turned up to a new high because apparently this has been going around, and I don't know if you've experienced this or you were just like this before, but a man claims that COVID-19 made his penis shrink.
Yeah, I have an innie now.
Yeah. That the girl
went from an innie to a bigger innie.
A girl pulls off Danny's pants and she goes, "Are you still contagious?"
She goes, "This is the worst case of COVID I've ever seen in my life."
She goes, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna need a test." But apparently, which is, the Nicki Minaj was saying all this stuff about, her cousin or whatever.
I know. Well, that was the thing. Everybody dunked on her pretty hard, and then.
But this is apparently true.
Yeah.
And there's a few other things, but the first one is your dicks are shrinking. And then it goes, an anonymous man in his 30s, you definitely want to be anonymous on that, who had to be hospitalized after contacting COVID-19 last July, now claims the disease left him with a shrunken penis and erectile dysfunction. And there's a couple different parts to it. The first part is if you have erectile dysfunction and it's soft, I don't really think that's fair if you go, my penis is less soft, because you go, the variance is very high.
Yeah.
I feel like people just you'll go through a couple weeks where your fucking soft one's not kicking that hard,
Yeah.
It's very unpredictable. Very unpredictable soft.
Yes.
But
it matters hard. Hard is what matters.
Right. But then he says he couldn't get hard. He goes, before I got sick, I was above average. Not huge, but definitely bigger than normal. So this thing reeks of a guy that's telling a girl that he had a big one.
For sure. I mean, like the reporter called him and he goes, "Oh, it's like it's a chick calling him." He goes, "Yeah, I mean, it was pretty large to begin with. It's not like it was small or anything."
Well, that's the part where the doctor apparently agreed with him, because he goes, "Now I've lost 1.5 inches and becoming decidedly less than average." And the doctor said, "Oh, this actually is something that happens." But the whole thing rips of a guy talking to a girl and being like, fucking COVID.
Like, I swear it was.
Yeah.
It used to be bigger.
Well, you met up with a girl. You basically catfished a girl. You met up with a girl and you're just like, I'm fucking. You had the fake Coke can in your dick pic that you were sending. The smaller. You're taking your dick pics at the miniature village. So it's all these, disproportional things. You got the fucking ruler custom made with every inch is like 1/2 inch. And then she shows up and she goes, "What?" And he goes, "Fucking, oh my God.
COVID's serious.
I just had COVID."
Yeah.
Because it reeks of
Mascot.
that. And then he goes, "Oh, how was it before?" He goes, "Actually, it was fucking probably, if anything, like way bigger than average."
So you know who Mandingo is? Probably somewhere in the...
That was basically me.
Yeah.
So I don't even know how this would make sense, because before I got sick, I was above average. Yeah. And he goes, "Became less than average." But it also is funny. The guy, you know how they make videos, when to like, I was a drug user and, I used to be, I was sucking dick for crack or whatever. And, I had intervention and stuff like that. Pretty funny. This guy making his video where he goes, people, I was there. I was 9 inches easily. My friends used to call me Dan the Hammer. Girls are walking funny.
I mean, it's crazy because if this guy is true, why hasn't the federal government been like, "Yo, you're our new spokesperson for getting vaccinated"?
Because they don't. Well, that's for sure. But I think they don't want to admit that theirs have shrunk too. So they're like, "I didn't know."
The craziest thing about this was at the end of it, where it said, "For men who have already had COVID-19 and are experiencing erectile dysfunction, Dr. Winter suggests using medicine like Cialis or Viagra, or even using extension devices that can add back length."
That's what they recommend, is it?
Yeah, just an extension device.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, you go to the doctor and he recommends that you put a extension device. Dude, I would rather kill myself than start having sex with a girl and then pop an extension device on.
Yeah, like I don't think
Get the hell out of here.
I don't.
That's
it says
insane.
these are easy things that you can do at home to either prevent shortening or actually get back length that you've lost. But it's like it's not like a thing that goes on it. Like it sounds like it's like something like the people who walk around with like the weights attached to their cock.
Yeah.
It sounds like that's what it is.
Does that work? That used to be a big thing that people said, like in different cultures. And apparently bikers, I read this biker biography one time, and they said they all used to walk. That used to be a thing. You turn 16 or whatever, and you all put the weights on your dick to make their dicks bigger. They would walk around with like a padlock chained to their dick or whatever, weighing it down.
I don't know.
Apparently, this is what they say. Kind of like how people space out their ears.
Yeah. Well, if you're listening and report in the comments on YouTube if you have successfully lengthened your penis.
Yeah, well, definitely don't want to put the extension device, but and then I used to have sex with girls so good they were all walking funny. I used to,
No, they just walk regular.
now they don't walk. Now they walk funny as now they used to walk funny. Now they walk sneaky after they sneak out of my house because I couldn't put the performances in. They walk sneaky to their Uber to avoid having sex. I always said it was what's not impressive saying having sex with a girl till she's walking funny. What's impressive is if a girl was walking funny, then you fuck her so good now she walks normal.
You got the cure. You're like those like
magic stick.
Yeah, you're like those pastors or whatever who you're like you're saved.
Yeah,
and you're like, oh, I can walk again.
Exactly. Well, the Italian study said 28% of men who contracted COVID-19 experienced issues with erectile dysfunction. That seems high. 30% of people. I'll tell you what I
think
found.
what it is, they've been sitting at home just jerking off nonstop for the last 2 years because nobody goes to a job anymore.
Maybe that's
They've just been rubbing them out so hard.
They've jerked themselves flaccid.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, you only have so many like.
I was tired more. My back seemed to hurt, but that was just my back got blown out from the dicks. No, but I did not. I don't think I know anyone that said they couldn't get it up really after COVID.
No, not related.
28%. They're saying 1 in 3. Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up, Italians. Italian study.
Yeah, there's no way. 1 in 3.
That's the stupidest study ever.
0 chance.
Oh, that's what they're saying. Yeah, they're encouraging people to do all this stuff, and they want to say that men who've had COVID-19 are 6 times more likely to experience erectile dysfunction. So this feels like propaganda a little bit. If they're saying 30% out there,
is the question. I guess from the vaccine. It's weird because it's on Fox though, but it's the vaccine lobby.
That would be sort of okay though if all the dudes that got COVID together, we all couldn't get it up, and then it's like in Seinfeld where every dude just starts getting way smarter and stuff like that. All of a sudden, every dude's like a Good Will Hunting situation, and the girls are just walking around with their pockets empty. Like every girl's just walking around like poor. There's an epidemic of homeless women.
Yeah, guys are just like fucking figuring out all these.
We have a statistic in Italy that 30% of men can't get it up, and 28% of women are reporting having less handbags bought for them.
Correlation or causation?
But it's also a new excuse in the toolkit for the boys, right? If you go with the girl and she's like, "What's wrong? You can't get it up." You go, "COVID." So that is not bad. And you have the study, and you have the study ready for you.
Oh yeah. I swear, look, this is real.
Here's my documentation. This is basically a doctor's note for not getting it up.
Kinda.
So get out. Anyways, since we're not having sex, I'll probably Venmo you for the dinner. Woo! Well, the last one of that is this other guy said his agonizing penis pain is found to be a rare side effect of COVID.
Yeah.
So they're really getting out there being like, your dick's at risk.
Yeah. I mean, well, this one I did. So the Italy one.
Did you have the penis pain?
No, I didn't have the penis pain, but the Italy one seemed very like anecdotal. But this was like, I actually kind of got in the weeds on this, and there was like a real like, medical journal describing what happened with this guy with the penis pain. He just, they're saying it's like within 3 days, I think, of having COVID or something, he had got it, and then every time he got an erection, it was just really painful.
He's an Iranian dude.
And they had several instances of this happening where people had these like, I can't remember what the term is, but like basically where you have like a 4-hour erection and it's like painful.
Do you think he's just ripping through prosties?
I don't know, like to help it out. No, because I think it hurts. Like I think you the worst thing is a prostate.
Well, this guy couldn't get it up. They said there was one guy that got a 4-hour erection, which isn't that crazy. It's like, shut up, dude. If you come up and you're like, I was erect for 4 hours, it's like, yeah, I mean, okay, whatever. I get to 2 days before I even start to think that that's a problem.
4 hours, I don't know.
Well, 4 hours. He goes, and it turns out the fucking nurse was just hot. He goes, the nurse was sitting there beside him in the bed the whole time. He couldn't get rid of it, but.
Priapism, that's what the word is.
If anything, first of all, I'd just like to state for the record, this is a non-normative erection, and I don't appreciate them the way that they're besmirching him.
I know.
Did you know the thing that apparently some Muslims, when they get prosties, you're not supposed to, for God reasons, have sex with someone that you're not married to. So they would have like a fake or like also an underground pastor that would temporarily marry them and then divorce them. So when they had sex with the prosty, they were technically banging their wife for that moment.
It's a nice little.
I
mean, I know that.
Have you ever heard that?
I've never heard that.
I
I know Islam has a rule against lending money at interest.
Okay.
Unlike the Jews, but they have like a specific rule where you can't. But obviously, they're not like want to get mortgages and stuff, so they have some weird like workaround where it's like I don't know the exact details, but like they have it's just like loopholes. They come
Loopholes
up with
are
weird,
so funny.
Come up with all these crazy loopholes.
Well, that's the one. Apparently, they get married to the girl.
I mean,
but-
I know there's that thing in Afghanistan where they're like, you can't have sex with like a woman that's not your wife, and so then they like make like little boys dress up as women and then like have sex with them.
And then they're like, it's not cheating because
it's not
a
cheating
boy.
or gay. Because he's wearing a wig.
Yeah, it's not cheating or gay. Interesting.
Yeah.
So they're not actually into kids.
I mean,
They're just like, they
necessity
look
is
more
the
like
mother of all
girls.
invention, you know? Or invention is, yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, I would say that the worst part about that, if you got married to you had the whatever prosty pastor, the pimp also, he takes off his pimp outfit and puts on his, marriage outfit or whatever and marries you. And then he's like, and now pronounce you man and wife. And then while you're having sex, you come out and the priest, that he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. And you go, how am I going to explain this to my wife?
Yeah, that'd be a calamity of errors. That's something that would happen to Ben Stiller.
Oh, my wife is not going to be happy about this one.
Ben Stiller, 90% of his movies are him like clogging a toilet. I think he had 3 movies in a row that were like rom-coms where something like the toilet clogging happened.
I
and
mean,
Ben Stiller's always got a very like a shit situation about to go happen.
I mean, the moment that those balls got stuck in the zipper, that was hard to top.
Balls in the zipper is
Balls in the zipper
peak
was
Stiller.
Peak Stiller.
Probably was from COVID, if you ask me. The doctors had to drain the blood from the penis using a needle because ice packs didn't work and bring the stiffness down. So, sort of seems like
There's no like reverse Viagra?
well, that is so funny though that they couldn't use the ice packs and then they basically put needles in and they drain your blood like you're a fucking heroin addict that ran out of veins. Pretty disgusting.
Ouch.
Yeah. So
that sucks.
Not really
I mean,
much.
there are a lot of weird COVID things. I don't know if this is a COVID thing. I've actually noticed this in like the last, I don't know if this is just getting older or whatever, but I wonder if this is COVID related. And this article actually made me start looking into it because I think this said something about like my right like shin has been like slightly like almost feels like not pins and needly, but it's almost like not full.
You have diabetes.
No, it's not diabetes.
Okay.
But it's almost like it just doesn't have like the full sensation on my like right shin. And I don't know, like it feels like it's in the past few months.
Really?
Yeah. And like it's weird. Like it almost just like it's not like numb, but it's just like doesn't feel the same as me touching the other one.
That's fucking weird.
It's weird. It's just like I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a circulation thing. Maybe someone's listening.
Yeah, diabetes, I would say.
Yeah,
maybe
maybe.
the inflation.
Maybe I got the sugars.
Yeah, the sugars.
I got the sugars.
The inflation that's happening in the world. Your body's having a visceral reaction to it.
Just on the right shin.
I'm going to suggest that you funnel a beer and then man up and then see the. I bet you get that. You funnel that beer, the fucking blood starts circulating again.
Yeah. All right.